And we're not even talking about the players, we're talking about the developers of these games. You know, the people we look up to, the people that we feel a connection with when they make these amazing games with these very personal messages that we connect with. Those people are sometimes the same people who do this disgusting shit.
Well, for those that don't know, California's basically Blizzard, Activision have been
Sued by
I don't
the
think
Court of State of
sued.
California.
They haven't been sued yet. That's the issue. Like
Ooh.
There's a
they've been under a
ongoing
2-year
Oh, I see, I
investigation.
see.
ongoing lawsuit. The people over at Activision, Blizzard, Activision, and Blizzard, Activision. Anyways, those people, they're what we call kind of sexist, man. Some people are calling this frat boy like environment. What do you have to say about this?
Wow.
Red flaming arrow.
Okay, in all seriousness, this is disgusting. People don't deserve this kind of harassment. I'll just get right into it. Blizzard has been a very popular company in the past 2 decades, 3 decades maybe, and a lot of people's dreams is to work at Blizzard. And finally, you get hired to go to Blizzard. You get like subject to cube crawls. Some guy just comes to your cubicle and starts flirting with you. I'm trying to do some work here, bro. Relax with that shit.
Yep.
And
especially when it's someone that's in like a pretty premium position, like a higher up, right?
yeah,
That could actually, at Blizzard especially, in this situation, people have like reported that their careers have been affected by it at Blizzard, at Activision, when they're looking for another job, especially, you know, they can't use them as references because they are getting pretty bad comments from these people. Just like, what do you say to that, right? It's just messed up, man.
and these people are in cahoots with the people in HR. You can't even complain to HR because HR doesn't do anything. They're like, oh, he's in such a high position. We can't do anything, and it's fucked up.
It really is. It really is. And like it's kind of depressing, not gonna lie. Like a lot of people look to these companies, up to this industry, and then you hear about stuff like this.
What screws me over is that this is like a big company, a huge company, and they still have issues like this.
There's a bunch of other companies that do this exact same stuff. Like Nestle, they're one of the biggest brands in the market, man. But they're still
Yeah.
hiding a whole bunch of shit.
Unless the people themselves they take action, boycott this company. I wonder how this is gonna affect Overwatch 2. Probably might even not affect it at all because a lot of people have been hyped for Overwatch 2. What's another game that Blizzard's making or Activision is making?
Diablo 4, Overwatch 2, new WoW expansion. I'm going through the report here, right? One of the worst things I saw from the report was that, there was a lady who committed suicide on a business trip. And apparently they were passing around her nudes in a business meeting at Activision Blizzard. Now, are those two things connected? We don't know yet. We can't say that they're connected, but it definitely seems connected.
It seems connected. That's so messed up. What the hell?
You hear this shit about Blizzard, this giant company that like everybody loves Blizzard. Everybody loves Blizzard. Or at least they used to. These last 3 years, they've kind of fucked up the reputation, and now this is the kind of stuff that happens at Blizzard.
This is gonna ruin the reputation of like just the gaming industry. That's what is coming up to me. Like,
yeah.
Will people still want to work in the gaming industry after hearing about this? Like, how's this gonna affect? What are the rules and the laws that are gonna change because of this?
I mean, it's a government organized investigation. All this stuff, don't just take it with a grain of salt because it's most likely true. They've been doing it for 2 years. They've been taking in the receipts, checking emails, stuff like that. And it's honestly completely despicable human behavior. It's not justifiable at all.
That's messed up. I actually didn't hear about that whole situation with like suicide. Goddamn, man, that's actually so messed up.
It is. It is absolutely messed up. And this is common, This is common among video game companies. This culture of just men messing up.
I mean, you see it online, right? You see it online.
For sure,
when you're in a game, there's some guys that just think gaming is just for them, just for the male population.
Just for the boys. Which is not true.
Boys, but like still, I really want to see the truth come out and like see the repercussions that Blizzard has to face because of this, if it's true, and I think it is from the sources that we've seen so far.
Blizzard has been absolutely ruining their reputation over the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
To be completely honest with you. And this is just another step in that direction. I don't know if you guys remember, but Diablo Immortal. This guy. There's so many clips from Diablo Immortal. You know, is this a joke? Is this a out of season April Fool's joke? That clip has like millions of views on YouTube. Because, you know, people are completely outraged at Blizzard. When did Activision take over Blizzard? Buy Blizzard?
When did Black Ops
7 years
come out?
ago?
Or Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3, I think, right?
They bought them in 2013. You know, for the most part, Blizzard was unaffected for most of those years. But over time, Activision has gained more and more, like, or tried to control the company more and more. And Activision's, like, their policy is to make the most amount of money possible. They're not interested in making good games.
Not anymore.
You've seen Call of Duty, right? They release a new Call of Duty every couple years.
It's the same game.
It's the same game, but it makes a shit ton of money.
It does. It really does. And the funny thing is, every what is it? 3 years a new COD comes out. But like the funny thing is, every single game, $80. Doesn't matter if you're on console, you're on PC.
I mean, it's not as bad as 2K or.
Yeah, okay, that's EA, man. EA is just on another level. EA just needs help.
I pulled out an excerpt from the alleged document. So, a female employee who worked at Blizzard Entertainment was assigned to a lower level, denied equal pay, and passed over for promotion despite multiple factors that suggest she earned it. Those factors included highly rated performance reviews. She generated significantly more revenue in her marketing campaigns, and she ran almost twice as many campaigns as her male counterparts. And then, despite all that, she was put into a lower level, denied equal pay, and it was passed for promotion. And not just her, not just her story. There was multiple other females at Blizzard Entertainment. Some of them left. Some of them are still facing this abuse. All that is under wraps right now, but Blizzard is trying to keep it down low. But the investigation is still going on.
So Blizzard's first response, their first response to this was basically like, okay, this is all lies. The state of California, we were completely cooperative with them, and we didn't know that this is what they're investigating. They didn't tell us anything about this before releasing it to the public.
I have their quote in front of me. I'll just read out a portion of it. We have been extremely cooperative with the DFEH through their investigation, including providing them with extensive data and ample documentation, but they refused to inform us what issues they perceived. They're required by law to adequately investigate and to have good faith decisions with us to better understand and resolve the issues, but they failed to do so. Instead, they rushed to file an inaccurate complaint, as we will demonstrate in court.
Okay, but like, I mean, you're facing allegations of sexual assault and sexual harassment, and your response is, "Oh, we didn't know that's what they were investigating about." You know, it's completely tone deaf and completely terrible. They took no fault of themselves. It was a very lawyery type of response.
It's a pretty political response, you know?
Yeah.
They don't want to incriminate themselves, but like at the same time, I feel like there should be an official apology for one to start, and then evidence of change.
Evidence of change.
That'd be a nice place to start.
And I believe on Wednesday there was boycotting happening in Activision Blizzard. Boycotts? No, walkout. Yeah, there was a walkout.
Yes, walkouts.
Yeah, there was also protests happening like in their games. A little bit of it. There's protests happening like in World of Warcraft as well. It's pretty insane. Like people are not happy with Blizzard right now.
I mean, why would anyone be happy with it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just, it's stupid.
Insane.
It's insane. The CEO of Activision Blizzard, Bobby Kotick, did eventually make a secondary response that was more respectful. Here's a quote. Our initial responses were quite frankly tone deaf. It's only after they got hate, after like this was released to the public, that they actually did anything about this issue. And that's just, that's absolutely terrible.
That's usually the case. They wait for
they
wait for the community to point out their faults, and then they're like, oh shit, we're actually gonna get flamed for this.
We're actually gonna get consequences.
Why?
No.
Even if I bring up Ubisoft and their situation, and if I relate it back to Activision Blizzard, even when their situation in September of last year, 2020, their allocations then, they're still doing it. According to people in May of this year, 2021, there's
Mhm.
still been several female staff members that have been reporting sexual assault, harassment, toxic behavior, and stuff like that. Ubisoft, after all their like flame that they got, I highly doubt that Activision Blizzard would change their methods.
Like, it's just gonna keep going. This is just gonna keep going. There's gonna be more scandals. California's gonna be suing more people. Different states will be suing different companies because of all the sexual harassment that's rampant in this video game industry. And we're not even talking about the players, we're talking about the developers of these games. You know, the people we look up to. The people that we feel a connection with when they make these amazing games. These amazing games with these very personal messages that we connect with. Those people are sometimes the same people who do this disgusting shit. Not all
It
of
really
them.
is.
Not all of them.
Like, generally.
Generally, yeah. And that hurts. That hurts so much. It's insane that this is common. This is our video game industry. Yeah, all you can do is just sigh and be like, well, what the hell? What do we do?
The best we can do is just not play their games, honestly.
Yeah.
Hurt them where it hurts, their money.
Yeah. They're not going to generate revenue from their games. I mean, they might just listen to the people.
Listening to the people? Crazy. You're insane.
You never know, man. You never know.
You're insane.
I mean,
There's
it's
no
a
way.
business at the end of the day, man. They're just here for the money. I kind of want to see the people who have been wronged. Yeah, I want justice served, man. That's what I want, you know?
Good news is one of the worst people in high positions that were, you know, well known throughout the company to be sexual harassers. I believe his name is Alex Afrasabi. He quietly left the company, I think a year ago, quite literally a year ago. I mean, we were never told what it was, but according to the lawsuit, this is why he left the company. He was fired because, you know, his blatant sexual harassment.
Kept under the wraps, you know?
Even if you fire someone in a high position, you can't tell the public why you fired them.
Unless it's required by a lawsuit.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, we need to know why this happened, right?
And, you know, all of this shit is being leaked. It's terrible.
Most male employees were actually accused of being hungover and coming to work.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
That's part of the reason why cube crawls actually happened. Here's the quote that actually came from the investigation document. It says, male employees proudly come into work hungover, play video games for long periods of time during work while delegating their responsibilities to female employees, engage in banter about sexual encounters, and talk about female bodies.
You know what the kicker is? They joke about raping their female employees.
Jeez.
What the hell?
my
Holy.
God.
Okay, that's actually so messed up, man. I don't know what to say about that. And this is normalized? That's just messed up.
That's normal, yeah. That's
You know, Blizzard is a company that a lot of people look up to. Blizzard games back in the 2000s and the 1990s were really good. Everybody dreamed of working there. I dreamed of working there. And to see like what it actually is like behind the curtains.
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. I mean,
It's crazy that it was just exposed this late, you know?
There's been hints dropping over the last like couple of years, you know, people leaving the company.
My boy Jeff left.
Jeff Kaplan. Good thing he left when he did, because, you know, this controversy happened after he left. But we can't be sure that maybe he also propagated these things. This was happening for the last like couple of years at least. Like, Blizzard's reputation is in the gutter right now. They've been ruining their reputation for the past, you know, 3 years something. Like I said, the Diablo Immortal controversy. Blizzard unexpectedly stopping support for like Heroes of the Storm. They just gave up on it. And I believe that's Activision's influence. You know, this game is not making enough money. Let's just cut it. We're done. Another controversy that happened in 2019, right? Blizzard laid off over 800 employees. 800 employees. And you know what they did after laying off 800 employees? A couple months after, they started rehiring. I believe that the CEO of Activision Blizzard, Bobby Kotick, took a huge pay increase that year. That same year, he laid off over 800 employees. He made a shit ton of money. Just one day, your boss rolls in and it's like, you're done.
Like,
there's no warning.
What would be a valid reason at the end of the day? Like, what would you accept, right? When you know you haven't done anything wrong.
The official reason is budget cuts. But they gave the CEO more money. They went and rehired 2,000 employees. Also in 2019, you remember the Liberate Hong Kong guy?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
During a Hearthstone live stream, right? This guy came on stream and he said, "Liberate Hong Kong." He was a pro player of Hearthstone. He's been with Hearthstone and Blizzard
Oh
for
yeah,
quite a
yeah,
while.
and he got banned.
He got completely banned. They took all his
He got
money.
banned. That was messed up.
That was
What?
messed up. They didn't give
That
him
really
anything.
was, yeah.
This is one of the worst ones in my opinion.
Mhm.
Warcraft 3 was getting a remaster
Yeah.
called Warcraft 3 Reforged, right?
Oh, I've heard of this. Yeah.
And after this lawsuit came out, they finally released the back-end documents of what happened here. And apparently it's exactly what we've been hearing all this time. Activision doesn't want to invest in something that won't make them a lot of money back. It doesn't matter if it makes them a little bit of money back. I mean, usually that'd be fine, you know? They want million-dollar franchises like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So Reforged, they completely cut the budget of Reforged, and I think they completely destroyed the studio, took it apart, the studio that was making Reforged, and then they were like,
Wow.
okay, just release it. People took pre-orders already. If we tell them that we're cutting back, they're gonna expect the money back. They want a refund.
Like at this point, like, what do you say to this, right? Like all of this, and it's just being. I mean, even then, like thinking about the general population, who cares, right? People just don't see the severity here, and like they don't see that they should be caring about this, right? Because this is literally going to affect their experiences in games with games from this company. And on top of that, like, why are you going to support them if they don't have the same values that you do? It's all good. It's all good.
Asmongold, from a popular WoW streamer,
Yes.
he talked about this as well. Like, Blizzard has been very disappointing of late, and he's like, do you think this is the reason why?
I would say so. You know, like their priorities have changed. It's no longer to make good games, but rather good money. You know,
Yeah,
not even good money. It's most of it's just bad money. Like
bad money.
I, like it's just really depressing.
Absolutely depressing.
Asman always has some really good hot takes. You know,
Yeah, I love that guy.
always can always support. Not always, but most of the time. Blizzard, get some help. Yes.
Get some help, Blizzard.
Get some help.
Get some help. I think it's important to hold the people around you accountable.
Yes, yes.
If you see
Definitely.
like harassment happening, you don't have to confront them like outright. You don't have to be like, this is wrong, blah blah blah. If you see like minimum small harassments, you can be like, hey man, it's not okay, or hey, can we do something else? You can hold the people around you accountable, and you should. And hopefully, eventually, we will live in a sexist-free video game environment.
That would be ideal. That would be extremely ideal. Be amazing,
Certainly.
actually. I want video game companies to like reforge their ideals, what they're doing it for, because a lot of them they had a goal, they had like a dream when they started their firms. Would it be considered a firm, a company, firm, whatever? Studio, exactly. Why did you start your company? Most of them to make good games. Now make good games, please.